It truly is amazing how fast a pig turns a hard piece of land. I mean, this was like a piece of concrete, look like this, into something that looks like it's been worked with a shovel. We split the small ones into a small camp there and kept the big ones separate so they don't fight. But it still remains amazing how much shoveling these guys can do overnight. Just look at that. There they've been a bit more active. Obviously this pig pen needs to be cleaned out of all the rubble still. But we also have to fix the other pig pen fast so they can go back further away from the house. And this is where the babies are. Younger ones and buffalo. And look at that there. How they just turned this whole place upside down. Incredible. So Lucas is harvesting grass in Damien's forest. Now the grass that's mixed with stuff is using as mulch, and then the grass that's sort of pure is throwing out towards the horses. I find it quite an easy way to feed the horses, to have them close to the camps. Thinking of having pathways between the camps so that you can always just feed the horses from the forest by just chucking the grass out of the forest instead of carrying it, you know, to the end of the plot before you feed the horses. So maybe if we expand this forest, we leave a pathway between this and the new forest so that the horses can enter, so that we can just keep on chucking grass over the fence for them. I think that can be quite a nice thing. So we are starting to install the dripper line. We got the dripper line this morning. We got class 10 40mm pipes to take from the meter. The meter has only got a 30mm pipe, class 10. I actually wanted to bring that past here, the class 10 pipe, and then bring it down here. Now when I say class 10, maybe I should just clarify this. This is the thickness of the pipe, the amount of pressure that it can take. Now I thought that I'm going to do it all the way here and then bring it into the dripper lines, but I'm thinking I should bring in class 3 pipes. So I've been advised by the dripper people to take a class 3 pipe from there. So I use the class 10 as the main line to there, and then use a class 3 down here, down the beds, and from that I built little manifolds and I insert the dripper line into that. Okay, so this is the stance of the the cornfield today. The guys are working there. The nice thing that I didn't mention yesterday or the day before is that my brother-in-law is paying for these guys. And that leaves me with a bit more money to employ more people. Now I'm not gonna employ more people immediately, but these ones will definitely have longer employment because they are helping him with this plan over here. And so it goes all the way from there all the way to those trees over there. It irks me a little bit that I put so much effort in planting the whole plot, and it was just a feeding operation. He woke up one Saturday morning and decided to plant, and this is what it looks like. Wonderful, just absolutely wonderful. They are doing so many things right. The mulch next to the rows, the old manure next to the corn plants. I think this is going to be fantastic. Just a quick state of the greenhouse. We removed all of the lucinas quickly, added some onions. We're gonna wet them now. The trees in the bigger pots are doing very well, growing above expectations, I think. Actually almost better than the trees outside, it feels like. Seems like they love this netted idea. The sorry, got stuck here. Okay, apples are doing very well. This one, the drainage seems to be a little bit wonky. Ims, this one doesn't have holes below. You need to put holes in there, otherwise it's gonna drown. Okay. I said to my wife, the pigs are such a blessing to have here at the house. I think they'll only be a blessing for about 2 or 3 days. Then they're gonna become such a smelly mess. See, our bedroom window is just there. So, Buffalo, king of the castle. Hey, Buffalo. Buffalo is a happy pig, running the show. This one's there. Now that they are a bit cleaner, they also look healthier all of a sudden. I've been thinking about putting these like cattle panels, moving these pigs across the farm. I think that could be something quite nice. As I'm exiting here, I had a discussion with somebody yesterday about these armored crickets, and so his research that he did, so let's keep going, lock this before the chickens go poop in the house. Research that he does shows that the chickens will eat the crickets if you throw them in water. They've got this yellow substance that they get rid of when they feel attacked. As soon as you throw them in the water, they get rid of that. Then they die, and then you take all of them out, dry them, crush them up, and feed them to the chickens. Now, there is plenty of them, but you'll not fill a 50 kilogram bag in the morning. I feel you'll have to sort of measure, you know, the person that does its work. So I said to the guys, as they see them, collect them and let's put them in water, and let's see if the chickens eat them. Let's see what happens. We can feed them to the pigs, we can do stuff like that. That will reduce the amount of eggs that we have next year and the year after that, because they eat everything. Great, I want to show you this sorghum here. We only water them twice, when we planted and once afterwards, and that sorghum stick is now about twice my height, I would say. Very nice. Different kinds of millet and sorghum, and the thing is, there's an African smile. It was opened, and then we obviously closed it with this swell here. And then the other thing that's quite cool here is when we ripped, we left one line opened that we ripped, and we just planted bird seed and sunflower seed and any kind of seed that we could find. Now the bird seed turns out to be a much smaller plant than I imagined. This is it. So this is a new kind of grass that we introduced. You can almost say very small, you know, it's the height of my hand. That's in seed. I thought it would look something like sorghum, but it doesn't. So that's the one kind of grass that we introduced. The other kind of grass is a river grass that we cut while the donkeys were still here, and we ran out of grass everywhere. So we went into this river and we cut this dry grass, and the horses wouldn't eat it. They would just lie there. They would rather starve to death than eat this river grass. And I'm not sure if that's true, but they didn't enjoy it. Let's say it like that. So the donkey's nighttime shack was over here, and then this here, these grasses in this little patch. So it goes from here about 10 meters that way and about 10 meters that way, all in seed. And the guys told me this morning, this is the grass that the donkeys ate and the horses didn't eat. So since we've been actively practicing permaculture, I know of 2 grasses, 3 grasses if you include the elephant grass, that we introduced to the property. Sunday at church, I was there sitting there with an old farmer and we spoke about the grass. And he said on his farm they counted 72 different species of grass. And so it looks very similar to our land. And when I picked up that book, Grasses of Southwest Africa, I thought, you know what, it's going to be a day or 3 and then I'm going to know all of the grasses. But you get this one here. You know, if you just do a quick scan, it's this one here. Then you have this one here. Then you have this little one here. Just get you a better view of that. That one there. And then you have this one here. And the blow buffle that I thought was just one kind of grass, the one that Fritz felt so strong about, you know, planting and so on. He said there's about, I'm gonna lie, but some crazy amount, something like 40 something different species of blow buffle grass, only in the blow buffle family. So that was quite strong. See this one here. Let's see. Over here, you see this one with the fluffy butt. Yeah. So many different species of grass on our land. The biodiversity is still incredible here. I've been thinking about what to do with these empty pigsties while the pigs are out. Now they'll only be out for a month or 2, so nothing can grow. Ah! Laki. So nothing will be able to finish growing. Lucas, remember who's paying you. Salary deducted. And so we decided to put a cover crop in here. Some beans and sunflowers, etc. Just something that can grow in the meantime. And just a mix like that. Some beans and different kinds of beans. Just so when the pigs move in, there's some life and then they can till and do something like that. I realized while editing that I never said that's the end of my story. I will see you tomorrow. So I'm going to leave you with a bit of tomorrow's footage. The video that's coming tomorrow. Look at that. Crazy rain. That's the end of my story. I'll see you tomorrow.